Alright, good morning, how we doing? Welcome back to the vlog. Today we have a tournament down at Trevose. So this is a Devon pros and Cornwall, I think. There's about 30 pros playing. So usually these Devon events there's not many players, but today there's 30, decent field. I think it's even, and just hold yourself. I think we're playing for £210 today. But the thing is about these winter events, they're not really for, as you can probably tell, like earning a lot of money. It's really to keep your game sharp, a bit like socialising with the Devon pros, I guess, for some of the people that own shops. But I'm treating it as pre-season preparation. It's I don't know, like 2 months away from the main competition season, so it's a chance to get some good habits laid down now, and just get ready for the season. So I've taken on board one of the comments that I had in one of the Portugal vlogs, and it's about preparation. So as we go through today, I'll show you how I'm preparing, taking more time, just trying to be more professional. I'll take you through my warm-up, what the plan is for the day, and yeah, we're going to film some shots today as well. I've got the electric trolley, so I can just whack this camera in there, film loads of shots, so this should be a good fun one, and it's a beautiful day. So all good. Just waiting for Rich though, and I think he's been stuck in traffic this morning. Just waiting for him to pop up in there.
What's a nightmare?
It's the world-renowned singing extraordinaire.
Hello there.
Dick Whittington.
Dick Whittington. I'm not in Panto. Maybe next year.
So the original plan at this point was to have over an hour to warm up. Unfortunately, because Rich was held up on the way by something that happened on the road, I only had about half an hour. So I tried to use this half an hour to gain as much as possible from a very short warm-up. So I did a few stretches, just done dynamic stretches, trying to get the body moving. And I went down to the chipping area because I knew that Trevose today, it's linksy golf, so it's sandy, it's going to be wet, so you're going to get a lot of tight sandy lies. So low point control is an absolute must. Low point control and finding a technique to not only find low point but perhaps give you a bit of forgiveness, so getting the toe in the ground to aid with a bit of forgiveness as well. But the main point was I'm trying to find low point control. I'm trying to just get confident hitting some chips around the green, so when I miss and I'm faced with a situation where I'm going to have to hit off that tight sandy wet lie, that I'm going to feel confident. So that was the main thing. Someone was actually in the net, so I couldn't even get warmed up in the net. So from this point I actually hit a few putts and then stepped straight on the tee, and that's what you're going to see now.
Right, it's maybe a bit like whisper cam today, just because obviously I'm playing a tournament. That prep that I was talking about went completely out the window, as in time to warm up this morning. Had time to hit a few chips, no balls in the net, and hit a few putts. So I've actually flushed it off the first time, got a birdie putt here, but
so after knocking that one in for par, parred the second hole, and then we got this, which is proper funky on the third. So it's a par 3, 145 play, and the pin is cut on the right, and you just cannot miss it right. Wind is probably like 20 mile an hour howling off the right. So I was trying to actually hit this onto the slope which feeds down, but I've missed it and wound up here. And now you're in a situation where you can't really chip onto the downslope. The greens are too quick to fly it, so this is probably the only option, is just to get something running up onto the green and just let it release down, which I actually did a really good job of. One thing you're gonna see today is the greens had actually been punched on the Monday. It is Thursday, and they're covered in sand, and I'll go on to explain that in a minute. But yeah, you're gonna see it on this next putt that I hit, and this is the putt in question, which was a foot, had it straight, and it missed a cup right. Just at that point I knew it was going to be not easy today. Right, now this is hole 4, so it's a par 5 dog leg left, and knowing your start line is very important because I'm carrying it about 300-ish in the cold, and this was down off the right. So I wasn't sure which tee box we were going to use. So when I was going through my preparation last night on one of those apps that, you know, is basically like a course guide in app, this was like really, really important for me. So I marked off the start line for this tee and the tee which is 30 yards left. I wasn't sure which one we were going to use, but because of the angle of the hole, the start lines were completely different. So I knew coming onto this tee, I know what the carry is, I know what the shot is, so I can just take this on the line I picked from this tee and swing in confidence. And I hit it a bit off the toe, and I actually thought I had to hit provisional, but it's a par 5 dog leg left, and I ended up having, what, like 80 in?
Probably a bit too straight. That's too straight. I'll probably run out of room, I imagine.
Right, so this goes to about 15 foot, and it was like a downhill left to right 15 footer, and I honestly just trickled it down the hill to leave it to a foot, and still then it was a bit touch and go. So at that point I was thinking, right, I've just got to make sure I try my hardest not to 3-putt. Anything outside like 10-15 foot, I'm literally just trying to die up and almost not give a good go at all, because I feel like you probably gain more shots that way. So this is 165 uphill, wind into off the right, but fly lie. So I spent a lot of time just trying to make sure I was trying to work out how that was going to react out of that grass. Read it pretty well. It just went a bit left on the wind, a bit of a dead ball flight, and then I had this chip. Now this chip is some like tangly grass into an upslope playing onto a downslope. So I have to use a bit of loft, and the main thing that I was focused on here was just watch how this leading edge digs. So I knew playing into an upslope, tangly grass, there's no point in trying to not make that leading edge dig because it is going to dig. So it's just about being comfortable with that, hit a decent chip and then hit a really good putt. I mean, I can't hit a better putt than that. My partner's putt broke really hard left, so what are you going to do? So 1 of a par at this point, and this is a 320 yard par 4 down off the left, just really focusing on pre-shot routine and hit a really decent drive. This is all over it. I'm saying sit, which is a bit of a dick move really, but it's on the green. Beauty.
Just on the, well, it's basically about 15 foot away. It's a really nice drive, that. Just sort of aiming that left side of the green. Picked out what target was left side of the green. It's just loads of room out here, loads of space. And hit it like 10 yards left and just drifted on the wind. Landed, I think it landed front edge. So I'm not going to film this part, but I'll let you know if we make eagle. So 2-putt birdie. This is the next hole, and I actually had a massive mud ball just left of the fairway from 155, and this is where it ended up. I'll explain exactly what happened, but just to explain the lie, the ball is well above my feet, and I'm just trying to make bogey from this point. The ball's above the feet, it's locked into some tangly grass, and this stuff's long. It doesn't look that bad when you're looking at it through here, but it was disgusting. I'll explain exactly what happens in a couple holes time.
Shot. Cute.
Must be nice to look at that.
Right, we're going to get a bit wishy-washy, a bit about just mindset. A couple of holes ago, on that par 4, hole 7. So I've got 155 into that pin, and it's a dangerous pin, it's back right, so I'm just trying to get it like left and slightly short, because you can't go long, you can't go right. I had a huge mud ball on the right side of the ball, which makes the ball fly left. Wind off the left into. So I thought, right, I'm just going to aim sort of just left of it. It ended up flying massive left. I took off and just went left hard. So the mud ball really took an effect. So I'm there with that lie thinking, let's try and just make bogey. It turns out it's just in the worst lie ever, and I made 6. I had to make up and down for 6, really good up and down for 6. What I was going to say is, one of the things that I've picked up from Scott Fawcett over the past couple of days is not just strategy, but he's underrated in another area, which is just mindset and acceptance, and he talks about meditation and staying in the present and stuff. So complete acceptance of that. Golf's just like a mental game, isn't it? Like every now and again some shit's going to crop up, and the best way to react to it is to not react emotionally.
Right, so I appreciate the wind noise is taken over there, but the main point is try not to react emotionally, and letting that reaction then affect the rest of your round is really important, because I stood up on this hole, which is a par 5 hole 10. This is 240 and this is a 4-iron, and I've just hit a perfect 4-iron to 10 foot and hold it for eagle. Moved then onto the par 3 next hole, which and I actually had a putt which was right to left, which defied the laws of physics by like moving right. So, you know, Isaac Newton would have been well pissed off of that one. Knocked it in for par. So at this point I'm 1 under, and without sounding wishy-washy, that was one of the things I picked up from Scott Fawcett. It was not so much the strategy, it was actually the mindset stuff, like staying in the present, you know, the old cliches, but it's so important. And if I had reacted heavily to that double bogey a few holes ago, I guarantee I wouldn't have then gone par, birdie, eagle.
Shame I've not got a zoom lens, because there's a massive Bernese mountain dog walking down the 16th hole. Beautiful creature. But no zoom lens, so hopefully I'll still be around in the clubhouse afterwards. We'll go meet him.
So this is the 13th fairway. It's a par 5, very long, especially wind into out the left. I think it's about 555, and I've got 260 in here. And the green just tightens up, and there's OB and hazard left, and it's a very, very small target. So I was just trying to hit something like up in the chute, which I did with 4-iron really nicely. So this is a prime example of an area that needs to improve. This is the main focus at the moment. Up to this point in this round, it was pretty good. I found a decent low point, but this one, when I just needed to play like a 30-yard pitch shot in the air and get this check in, I've just come under this a tiny bit, and there's absolutely no margin for error with that stuff at all. It's not bouncing. So hit it a bit heavy, and it hit the slope and comes down to here. This green is just wild. So I'm playing all the way around the angles. There's really not a chip shot that's going to get this closer from there, and had this for par on a hole that I'm knocking in front of a green, and that's what it's a situation I find myself in way too many times. So 2 holes later, you can imagine that I'm feeling real confident over this. 50 yards, 55 maybe, and this was all about low point, and I did everything I could. Tilts, handle forward, ball back a bit, and just made sure I found strike and hit a really nice pitch shot. So hit it to 5 foot, 2% slope, greens running at 10, 11, and this was 2 cups, and it just dribbled left. Tough putt. Parred the par 3 16th, which is a good par, so 198 pin. It's 7-9 to the back of the green and 2 putts, and now we have 2 holes into wind coming in, over 400 yards, starting off with this drive. And this hole's quite eventful. So I've got I had 110 pin. it's sat down, but it's sat down in a way that there's grass behind it. So it's a tough one, because if you strike it with a bit of grass on the face, it's going to be long, and if you catch it a little skinny, which is what I did here, just trying to get down to it, it does this. And this landed exactly where the shot tracer shows, and it ripped back all the way down the green, so about 4 yards from being perfect, and as it was, this is where we are.
That's literally landed on the edge of the green and ripped all the way down near the hazard. Now I've got a pretty tough up and down from the edge of the hazard over the trap to a fairly small target, currently level par, which is decent today. So that's what we can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for some short game wizardry. I'm not going to even talk through this. All I will say, before you see the shot, this is fairly new laid turf, but still, there are ways of playing this. It's not an easy shot, it's a tight little pin green up there. But, how's this? And at that point, yeah. So that was, as you can imagine, that was quite frustrating. Played the second, I'd played the second shot a bit better. Is that first shot there, is that technique, or is that not being super confident? The technique obviously leads to not being very confident, but is that a mix of the two or not? It's really tough to say.
66. Playing the number, a bit cold, into wind. Probably 175. Oh, it's a chippy 8 or a 9. Let's play the chippy 8, I think. Yeah, shouldn't fly. Oh, you're a mug. Oh. Wow, that is brutal. Oh, competition golf can be brutal. These conditions are not the easiest. Up and down for 1 over, and to be honest, I don't think there's going to be many silly rounds in today at all. Like, it feels like a score like 2 under is going to win, purely because of the greens being spiked. And we're still playing the course like back tees pretty much. So up and down for 1 over.
That course was set up wonderfully. You know, the greens obviously had a bit of work done, but it's all for the greater good. So
The greater good.
Great reference. We have got 9 prizes. I'm going to read out the top 4. So with 36 points was myself. Well done, Rich.
Well done, Rich.
9 second with a fantastic score of 38 was James Ruth and Ryan Pope. And today's winner, a specialist around Trevose with a wonderful score of 39 points, was Gary Lenehan.
What did you shoot?
I shot level par.
Good.
Yeah, I
Hit it well?
I was 2 under through. What was I? I was 2 under through 11, and then I had a little boogie
Cheers,
run.
mate. Cheers, Dan. There he is.
We're going to get this filming session done or what?
Yeah, no, we need to do something.
Greetings, everybody. Is this a little vlog? Are we vlogging?
Yeah, we're doing a little vlog of the day, yeah?
Is this end of day vlog?
Yeah, this is the summary, where we're just
Summary.
like miserable, like, you know.
Your partner over there, he picked up a bit of money.
No, he did alright, eh? Yeah.
Not retire on it.
How'd you play?
Really, really bad at the beginning.
Yeah,
Got it back,
yeah,
and then literally fell in
okay.
with nothing. Fell
really?
in just
Fell
bad
off.
finish. Fell off.
Fell off.
Last 2 holes were quite tough though, I thought.
You were for me, yeah.
That's because I bogeyed both of them. Oh, did you blow them?
Well, I blobbed the last.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Anyway, that's all on camera, so everyone can see that.
You didn't make a 9 on the last, though, did you?
I would have. If I'd allowed myself to finish.
Joe, that was Joe, wasn't it, a few years ago?
Yeah.
I was playing with him today, reminded him, don't go left here, Joe, don't go left.
3 times.
Can we get something filmed?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm around now, so...
Yeah, I'm away next week, and then I'm back for a week, and I'm away for a week. So if we can get something sorted out either the week between or the week after.
Yeah, mate, I'm easy. Just give me a date and a place to be, and
Let's do that.
I'll do it.
Seagulls had a go at your car.
Oh,
See
mate,
that?
some
Bye-bye.
spreading breadcrumbs on it. Nightmare. Cheers, boys. Yeah, so, cool. Do you want to hold it there? There we go. Right, give me a little summary, a short summary of your round first.
I did pretty solid. I got it to 2 under after 11,
Yeah.
and then went bogey on 11, 12, 13.
Did you?
Something like that.
How did you bogey 13, the par 5?
13. I hit it in the fairway bunker off the tee
Okay.
and could only hit wedge out, which left me hybrid in.
Right.
And I hit it back right fringe and 3-putted it.
Okay.
But no, and then finished pretty strong. I made a nice birdie on 16, the par 3, hit nice 6 iron to about 2 foot.
Wow.
And then made good pars on 17 and 18 to
7
finish.
iron and carried it to the back of the green.
Yeah, I was kind of cutting it into it.
Right,
But,
okay.
but yeah, I'm happy. I 3-putted too many times, but it was easy to do it on those, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the problem. They've obviously just done that work.
I finished bogey for 2 over. Frustrating, really. 17. It was. I hit it in the right rough and had like a lie that was kind of sat down, and I played for potentially a bit of a flyer, and it didn't fly. It landed on the front of the green, ripped back almost down into the hazard on the right,
Yeah.
and then was off a bit of grass that I think they'd just turfed, and I struck it just before it. And it literally went about a yard,
Oh, no.
like literally a yard. Then I made up and down from there, which was really good because I had the putt that literally broke 3 foot and
Yeah.
was about 15 on the stimp. And then hit my second shot left on 18, it just went down the bank.
Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
Can't do that.
That was playing long though, wouldn't it? What did you have in
really,
there?
I hit chippy 8 iron into that.
I had 5 iron.
Yeah, like
Driver 5 iron about
it was
15
a
foot.
very, very strong finish. But
Yeah.
where did I finish? Because I don't know.
You were, I think, 7th or 8th.
Okay, so I've probably picked up about £35.
Yes.
Get in! Add that to the talent. Get on, you bastard! What'd you pick up? About 50 quid.
I don't know, about 110 pounds, something like that.
Well done. Good round.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Right, everyone, cheers for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the day. Hope you've learned something, because I've tried to make this a bit more like educational today. What not to do, basically. So yeah, we'll see you again. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on the next one. You badgers. Cheers.